remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, y'all know we have Music Monday as well, which we just had, did the update on the Diddy trial, but this is Sold Out, where, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, man. We got a food section, a sports section. You name it, sign up for that Sold Out Discord, what I was just referencing to. If you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week. And, of course, whenever I don't have time to post content, it should be most likely there, right? And it is free to sign up. So the link is in the comment section. It's free to sign up. But tonight, man, was going to be a short one, man. I'm only going to be on the train for maybe an hour. I got a couple topics. I just want to, touch home on just to give an update on the sneaker community. Nothing major really popping off. And to fact, it may be a quiet week this week for sneakers, man. The only thing I think on the radar is those great buys. And to be honest, it looks like it's mixed feelings on this for people right here. Some people are saying yes, must cop. Some people have already hit on JD Sports, and some people have already been like, you know what, F it, I don't want them, this and the third. Me, I will keep it 100. I am completely on the fence. I don't know how I feel about it. Y'all let me know if y'all come in and out, if audio and visual is okay. But tonight's topic, man, to keep it simple, I got 3 topics I want to cover on. And it's pretty much Nike's Q4 earnings are pretty much ahead of the Q4, right? Okay, so we're going to give an update on that. It's pretty much updated from June 18th, and that was today. And, of course, we got JD Sports opens a Las Vegas Strip retailer and then doubles down in North America, so we're going to be covering that as well. And then Hibbett Sports is where I'm probably going to start. Because we know, I think that really falls under the JD Sports umbrella, but don't quote me on that because I think they got obviously there's JD Sports, and then there's Finish Line, and then there's DTLR to the best of my knowledge, and I think they have Hibbett's, but apparently Hibbett's is going to be having a big for back to school with the New Kids Focus app. So again, I know we've been kind of talking that when I've been dropping the short videos as well, but again, the sneaker community in general is just a time to change, man. If you remember my last live on Saturday, pretty much Brandon Dunn has left, and he's pretty much going to take another avenue of getting back into the sneaker community. Not that he's leaving, but I guess he left Complex, or he's going to take a different route, and he's still going to be talking sneaker stuff. So I'm very curious how that's going to go. If you keep in mind, man, one of the people that I would like to still be, still see actively in the sneaker community, I'm not saying they're not, but I'm talking about on a major platform where we're talking it, and I'm talking Trinidad James. Because that would be very interesting, too, because, he was one of the, renowned, sneakerheads way back in the day. Hence why he had that, show with, Complex, Brendan Dunn, and Matt Walty, full-size run. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much a podcast. I feel like they could have just kept it there. I don't feel like they really needed a cast or needed to have guests per se. I think that's dope that they had guests, but at the same time, I feel like they still could have did fine without it. I think Breakfast Club has really kind of took that to another level. As still having that traditional old school method that's still kind of working. No taking shots at anybody here. So let's see what we got in the chat, and we're going to get the party started. Y'all let me know, again, if audio and visual is okay. We're going to start with Hibbett Sports, and then I'll transition and pivot from here on there. Let's see. Looks like we have Slayer in the building. Says, what's good, sneaker familiar? What up, Slayer? What up, what up? Y'all smash that like button. It's all coming out. Looks like we got Manny with the kick in the building. Says, yerp. What up, Manny's? What up, what up, what up, what up? I see Devon Photo says, what up, Devon? What up, what up, what up? Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Smash that like button. I'm just getting started, man. Y'all know the major topics that I'm just going to pretty much cover tonight. Pretty much no major drops this week other than those great fives, in my opinion. Devon says, did the Ferrari 14s even drop? I saw in the Discord where there was supposed to be a restock or what have you. I don't know because I didn't check. But I know last drop I seen was the Saturday joint. And to be honest, I've seen the other fellow sneaker YouTubers have made updated videos saying that it's still not like the original joints that dropped. They're still lacking in the shape or form, right? Okay, so I'm low-key not mad that I missed them. I was definitely on the fence and definitely more so leaning over the fence to go get them. But at the same time, I'm not mad that I didn't get them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping. Definitely can use, saving on the piggy bank this month. Let's see. Manny with the Cake says, yep, and they sold out quick. Okay, cool. So there you go right there. So I've seen some nice on-feed picks, but to be honest, dog, I feel like I would just be copping them more for the wave and not more so just to be rocking. So that's why I kind of laid off on them. Let's see where we at real quick. Slayer says, patiently waiting for them shattered backboards. I'm also hearing, and I don't want to bust anybody's bubble, I'm hearing the quality on the 2025 pair for the shattered backboards are not on the same level as the I want to say 2015 pair that I have, right? Okay, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm obviously gonna try for them, and then I'll do a side by side comparison. Usually I sell my old pair, but if they're looking worse, and I may just keep my originals because the originals cost me a pretty penny to get. I had to come on the resale market for those. Divine Photo says, I heard the Great Fives have great quality. Interesting. So I'm hearing they're different compared to the ones that I had, in 2013. And I will say I sold my pair. I wasn't impressed with them. I don't think I'm going to get this pair. I'm on the fence. But, it's really a retro of like Bel Air, man. So I don't know. I really just don't know. Nike them done a version of this already, so I feel like maybe it's too soon, but I don't know. Maybe they're stretching it. Maybe they're trying to show us we can get it right this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping over them at all. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Manny Kick says, I'm a pass on the Great Fives. I'm leaning more so on the pass side too, Manny, but at the same time, I'm on the fence. I'm not going to say all the way. It just depends on how I wake up and feel. Divine Photo says, I do think the Fire Red Fives with the black tongue is going to cause a lot of problems. Them are fire. Them are fire. And we saw what those reimagined metallic those metallic fives caused. So not like a mayhem, but definitely got people's attention. So, people are going to really think when it comes to this stuff, man. Especially now in today's economy. So, again, I'm just kind of stuck on the fence with everything. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. But I don't know. As far as the Great Fives, I've looked, but I'm not like geeking either. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, man. So pretty much, let me start on tonight's topic. We'll get the party started. And then I'm only going to be on the for like an hour. And y'all smash that like button as y'all coming and out. And of course, sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you haven't done so already, it's free to sign up. But anyway, let me share my screen. Give me like 2 seconds, man. Y'all smash that like button as y'all coming and out. I'm going to start with the Hibbett's joint. Boom. Here we go right here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking Hibbett Sports. Look like they're going to have a big back to school with the new Kids Focus app. So look like they're going to have a new app coming out pretty soon. Or update the current app that they have for the kiddos. I'm very curious how this is going to go. Especially if you hear insurance and stuff like that. Back to school will be right around the corner. And one of the things that kids always look forward to, especially when I was a kid, man, the new fits and stuff that you got to go back to school that's supposed to last you the whole school year, but you're most likely going to end up having to get something else in the meantime, because let's just keep it 100. Something tells me times haven't changed where these kids can just run through the stuff, or they hit a growth spurt, or they just completely show that the stuff is not as durable as we thought it would be. You know what I mean? And I'll leave it right there. Let's see where we are real quick. Divine Photo says, I already have the Fire Reds with the silver tongue. If you have the pair, do you need that pair? That's a valid question. Which one hit harder? Is it silver tongues or the black tongues? I'm going to say this. I don't have the silver tongue, but it's going to make me want to go get those. In fact, I may look at those right now, just go and get that out the way before things get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Go and get them out the way, because I think the Fire Red Fives dropped, if I'm not mistaken, whenever they did the pretty much documentary on Michael Jordan, The Last Dance joint. You know what I'm saying? They restocked them. So that was one pair that I honestly was not focused on, but I should have been focused on. Manny with the Cake says, facts, Divine 100. With the salute. Long Beach Joe Jess in the building says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up? Manu the Kick says, Joe Jet salutes. What up? What up? I'm just now starting the first article, man, so I'm going to go ahead and dive in real quick because y'all know how these lives. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'll be on a joint only for like 10 minutes sometimes, man. So you guys being active in the chat really helps the kid out. It says, the dedication platform offers an expanded selection of children's footwear, apparel, and accessories. Just in time for back-to-school shopping, Hibbett has launched a new website and app dedicated to selling kids' products. The athletic-inspired retailer said that the new Hibbett Kids sites and app have been designed for shoppers to find the latest fashion and footwear styles with an easy-to-navigate, expanded selection of children's footwear, apparel, and accessories. It says the company added that the new Hibbett Kids experience was thoughtfully designed with families front and center and was built using the latest state-of-the-art technology to keep pace with the busy parents who rely on efficiency, allowing variety of ways to quickly and easily search and find what they're looking for. Shoppers can filter their searches by new arrivals, gender, sizes, color, brand, price, clothing, or shoe type. The trend and much more. The company added. This is my thing. Did they not have all that option? You should have had all that to begin with. So I'm guessing they're revamping the app, and I'm assuming it probably didn't have it all to begin with. But I feel like that should have already been like a thing, right? But that's just me. Hey, maybe I'm tripping, but one thing I like about shopping on the internet, you can filter down to what you're looking for. Will I say this? Is it the best? No. Some websites do it better than others. Some don't. Some apps do it better than others. Some don't. Right? Point blank, period. And I ain't got to put no, I'm not going to put no specific app in or store out there or a website because the reality is it's preference too. Some people get on a website and know how to navigate just fine because they're used to it. Me, I look at it as like you want that app and or website to be always user friendly for like even the most newest customer, because you have the certain people that's going to be set in stone no matter what you drop. They already know what they're going to buy. They already anticipate your sale because of your shopping habit. But you also got to think of the new customer. I always put that in perspective. Long Beach says salutes to Manny. Long Beach says audio and visuals are clear. Appreciate that, Long Beach Joe Jets. Let's see. Devon says, oh yeah, the Fire Red with the silver tongue didn't have the 23 on the side. What's good, Manny, Joe Jets, and Slayer? This is true. I'm going to glance at them, do a little bit of research. Do I really need them? Because those black tongues of the Fire Red 5s, they are looking nice of what I've seen. Definitely a must cop. 5s have made a comeback for real, because if you think about it, a lot of people have been hit or miss with the 5s over the times. And 5s never got enough love to me, but ironically, they're getting the love, I feel like, slowly but surely, because people are starting to see the capabilities of what they can be done. We can say Elliott Hill, the new Nike CEO, to the best of my knowledge, a legend in the opinionated base. Whole Live is a legend in the opinionated base. He may be on to something there, whether that's him or not. Where we at? Devon Photo says, what's good, Manny, Joe Jets, and Slayer? Long Beach says, salutes to Devon. Appreciate that. Let me get back to the article real quick. It says, Hibbett's Kids offer a wide selection of kids' footwear and apparel for ages 13 and under. The sizing breakdown includes grade school, big kid sizes 3.5, which is 3.5 to 7, preschool / little kid sizes 10.5 to 3, and toddler and infant sizes 1 through 10. Some of the top apparel and footwear brands featured on Hibbett Kids are Nike, Jordan, Adidas, Baseball Lifestyle 101, Crocs, New Balance, Pro Standard, Reason, and Screech is watching with the new arrivals daily. So this is my thing. While I'm not a Crocs person, I have seen a lot of the young bucks wearing the Crocs joint. So, at the end of the day, that's something they got to keep in mind because they got to try to appease as much of an audience as they possibly can. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. Slayer says, Divine 100 with the praying hands. It says, we're expanding our digital footprint to better serve today's busy families and offering a more convenient, seamless shopping experience from the Mercy years through the teenage. Bill Quinn, Chief Information Officer at Hibbett Incorporated, said in a statement, "We're built a thriving and successful kids business. In our next phase with Hibbett Kids, we'll continue to engage with parents, caregivers in more personalized way. The more comes nearly as year after JD Sports closed the acquisition of the Hibbett Sports as a part of their UK retailer efforts to dig deeper into the US market." So there you have it. I proved it, right? Okay, I knew I was keeping up this for some strange reason, but yeah, JD Sports is kind of like the main, head honcho over all this. So if you think about it, like I said in the beginning of the live, they have obviously Hibbett's, Finish Line, because keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, the JD Sports is going to take over the mall spots and they're going to move the Finish Line into Macy's, because I remember doing an article on that. Again, don't quote me on that, but keep in mind they have the Finish Line, they have obviously Hibbett's, they have JD Sports, and they have DTLR. So they've been making some moves, and this is a UK-based company, but they're obviously knowing when to invest when the time is right. Slayer says Hibbett's better come through with the sales too. I'm hoping that's what they do. Make it not only quote unquote, parent friendly / like caregivers friendly, but at the same time, put a little deals on a joint. You know what I'm saying? That'll definitely go a long way. We'll see how it goes. And ironically, it's just weird. I couldn't help but think of like Dick's Sporting Goods is over Foot Locker now. They own them joints. So I'm very curious what they're gonna. I'm assuming, right? Once the deal is probably all final and said and done, we'll see sometime next year. We'll be covering that on the live of what they've changed and what they brought to the table. Let's see where we at. This move come nearly a year after JD Sports closed the acquisition of Hibbett Sports as a part of UK's based retailer efforts to dig deeper into the US market. I already read that part, my bad. JD Sports said at the time that it planned to acquire 100% of Hibbett's, which was quoted on the Nasdaq in April 2024 for a price of 87.50 per share in cash, implying that the enterprise value was worth 1.11 billion. So, I mean, if they had bought the shares, and they probably bought enough shares, I mean, maybe they had it. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming they did. Let's see. Regis Lutz, Chief Executive Officer of JD Sports Fashion Place, said in April 2024 that the acquisition is in line with the company's priorities and is very important for a strategic and financial development. Where we at real quick? Where we at? Mary Kick says Slayer salute. Appreciate that. The news comes just weeks after JD Sports reportedly revenue in the fiscal 2025 of 11.46 billion pounds, an increase of 10.2% from 10.40 billion pounds in 2024. Profit before taxes and adjusting items was 923 million pounds, and a 4% decline from the 961 million pounds the prior year. So pretty much that's going to be your update on the Hibbett Sports, man. So I'm very curious of what they're about to bring to the table. Other than this new app, what is it going to bring? It's supposed to be a new, better shopping experience. So I'm very curious how it's going to go. Will the parents really adapt? Will they like it? Will the kids get on there? Will it be too easy? Will they have some stuff? Will they have some sales? Just like Slayer said, man. As Slayer said at Manning with the Hey 100 and the strong arm emotion. So again, Hibbett's, I want to say this is their downfall, right? They're not everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We don't, to the best of my knowledge, we don't have a Hibbett's in the DMV. If we do, it's out there. Now, where me and Dunks grew up from, there is a Hibbett's. Now, where Dunks lives, which is Vegas, for the people who don't know, the homie that used to do the lives with me, there's a Hibbett's there. But Hibbett still has room for growth is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can say the same thing about DTLR. I don't think DTLR is on the West Coast yet, So there's still room for growth. So they're going to obviously make their best decisions and best moves and see how it goes from there. And we'll see how it goes. Now, let's transition to the JD Sports Las Vegas Strip that says the UK retailer doubles down on North America. This is from article from where we at June 16th. So I want to make sure I cover this as well. And then again, towards the end of the live for like the last 5 minutes, we will talk upcoming sneaker releases, but I just want to make sure I get these updates in. So I'm only going to be on this run for like another 30 minutes. So as y'all coming it out, smash that like button. It says nearly 29,000, right, if I'm not mistaken, square feet store joins the company of other American flagship stores in New York City and Chicago. Where we at real quick. JD Sports is continuing to focus on building, because keep in mind, we just kind of covered JD Sports a little bit because they got Hibbett, so we might as well transition on to this. It says it's continuing to focus on building its North American business with its latest store in Las Vegas Strip. It says on Saturday, the UK-based athletic retailer debuted its third U.S. flagship store next to the recent open Adidas, Puma locations in the new Boulevard retailer development in Las Vegas Boulevard. Slayer says Polo speaks facts. Appreciate that. Slayer, most definitely. On Saturday, the UK's based athletic retailer display. I read that part. Next to the recent, read that part. No, did I read that part? It says on Saturday, the UK-based athletic retailer debuted its third U.S. flagship store next to the recently opened Adidas and Puma locations in the new Boulevard retailer development in Las Vegas Boulevard. The nearly 29,000 square feet store joins the company's other American flagship stores in New York City and Chicago. According to the company, there were 339 JD stores across North America of May 3rd, right? Okay. Again, keep in mind, obviously they know business, and that's what the CEO is obviously looking at. He's buying up. I will put it this way. Sometimes the more you want, it can be a gift and a curse, but in this situation, the sneaker community, as far as the retail stores, is like big dog versus little dog. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Big bank take little bank. You know what I'm saying? Dick's Sporting Goods was obviously able to acquire Foot Locker and all their stores, so to let you know how well people was really doing. You know what I'm saying? It says in an interview with John Hall, managing director for JD North America, where we have a quick, it says the executive noted that the growth in the professional sports scene in Las Vegas is what led to the opening. Interesting. So there was a lot of growth over there. So they were like, you know what? Let's make some moves, open some stores up there. Again, at the end of the day, it's about business. You know what I'm saying? Las Vegas has recently become a major player in the sports world with its own NFL team, NHL team, and hosting F1H, the Hall of Told Foot News. This is really exciting place for sports. Vegas is an electric city and offers us an incredible way to make a brand impression. I will say this. Vegas has always been known as that city where it could be low-key the vacation spot. While there are a lot of people that live there and they love it, and I'm not taking shots at it, but at the same time, like me, I know it's one of those. I've been to Vegas all of one time. And honestly, I know past the Strip is definitely different, but it definitely screams West Coast all the way. And it is West Coast. But I'll say this, like when I landed down, right, in Vegas, right before I got to the airport, they had slot machines where you can start gambling right there in the airport. So even if you get a layover or what have you, you can gamble right then and there. You know what I'm saying? If you want to. So again, it makes sense why they would want to have this type of store there for. Case in point, a lot of things one of the biggest things that go down in Vegas, some of the biggest fights go down in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? As far as like professional boxing, they take it there. When people pull into town, sometimes you don't want to pack everything. Sometimes you want to go shopping when you get there. Case in point, before I moved into the DMV, I visited a couple times, and one time I went, it was a celebration, and what I packed was just not a part of the dress code, so I had to go make some moves, and I found what I was looking for. You know what I mean? Where we are real quick, it says, and its brand awareness that the essential to JD's growth in the U.S. Over the last year, the company has been hard at work converting much of its Finish Line stores fleet to JD banner, as well as bringing several of its loyalty programs to North American market. And I told you right there, like that's what's thing about doing these lives consistently and doing this research. Like some of this, I don't have to like fact check some of this because you did a previous one and you kind of just remember. So a lot of the Finish Line stores, Like I said, you're not going to see them probably standing along in the mall. You're going to see them convert to a JD Sports. And Finish Line is supposed to move into the Macy's, right? Okay, foot section. They're going to take over there. So Finish Line, while it may seem like it is going away, but it's not really technically going away, man. I'm just going to throw it out there. So this is just business news upon business news. It says, and it's brand awareness that is essential that JD's growth in the U.S. Since over the last year, the company has been hard at work converting much of its Finish Line stores to fleet. Read that part already. I don't keep it scrolling real quick. I'm just make sure, as well as bringing several of its loyalty programs to North America market. Slayer says, we need a Vegas vlog, big bro J, LOL. Yes, we do. You know what? I know you laughing, but I agree. Like, I only been there one time. I do need to go back. I do have some, like, I do obviously have a homie Dunks over there, but I know several other people that live in Vegas too. So I'm going to have to plan accordingly when I take that trip. Because I know me, man. I'm the type where if I go over there and have too much fun, you know, some stuff may get behind and everything. Not saying like bills, but just like what I already built, man. I'm trying to stay focused. But, you know, you got to also enjoy life. You know what I mean? We're back outside traveling. You got to take advantage of it, you know? Enjoy it, I should say. Let me get back to the article. It says, the best brand awareness tool we have is the Open a Store, Hall said, because when you have a good footprint of physical stores, the complement the digital business, it creates a strong base for brand awareness. And certainly in these key cities around the country where we're investing in stores, we have also been investing in marketing and media to amplify the brand. But the work we're doing around building the brand in North America has been successful primarily through to the store opening program. So they're saying this, cool, we're doing everything right, but there's still a lot of people that like to not necessarily just shop online. Some people still like that like physical store presence to shop in the physical store. I'm a mixture of both. I do like online. Ironically, I did order some stuff online that I thought was about to be cheeks, but actually, it's holding up very well, and it's not sneakers, right? Okay, but I say all that to say, sometimes you like to just pull up and get it. Because one thing, I'll say this is the one thing that a storefront bring that online just really, truly can't bring, and that's that same day experience, right? Okay, so if you could pull up to JD Sports or one of the stores, cop a shoe the same day and walk out, that give you back in the day vibes versus like, hey man, look at me. I'll say this. I'll can put myself in the hot seat here, right? And I know this, right? For doing sneaker YouTube. I know this whenever I catch a W online and have to wait for the shoe to ship to me and then post a video out the following week. You guys watch it, but it don't have that same hit versus when I do a mall vlog and cop that same day and put the video out that day. You guys show up. I mean, that's just come with the game because, to be honest, with the way Nike and them have been dropping sneakers in the past, it's just on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Now, the next, right now, we're looking at the Great Fives, but it's nothing like crazy, like on to the next, the way we were getting it back in like what, 2021, 2022, where they were just dropping so much stuff where, I'll put it this way, everybody had content. You know what I'm saying? And I'll leave it right there. It says, the executive also noted that the new flagship highlights the JD concept of the head-to-toe dressing, offering footwear, apparel, and accessories. Customers can expect to see hype drops in only at JD brands moments from the global sportswear giants such as Nike, Jordan, New Balance, Adidas, and On, and Asics, as well as Vegas-inspired pieces from Supply and Demand, New Era, and Von Dutch and Hood Rich. So very interesting. Now, I'm not familiar with the Hood Rich, but at the same time, I'm assuming these are like kind of in the area. Don't quote me on that though. Where we are real quick, Manuel Kick says, coming soon, Ski Slayer. I mean, I can see myself vlogging. You know what I'm saying? The one thing about a vlog, it's hard to actually film to a certain extent, but it is, if you shoot it the way that you want to tell your story, it is easy to edit. So there's gift and curses when doing vloggers. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the article. It says, at our stores, we fully intend to serve the customer's entire look, Hall added. And we are really excited about how the brands have helped us come to life for the complete story. It's been exciting to bring this concept to US because it's something different in the space that we operate in. It says the news comes just a week after JD Sports reportedly revenue in the fiscal 2025 of 11.46 billion pounds, an increase of a 10.2% from 10.40 billion pounds in 2024. Profit before taxes and adjusting items were 923 million pounds, a 4% decline from the 961 million pounds in the prior year. So we covered that in the previous article real quick in that Hibbett's joint, because obviously JD Sports and Hibbett's, while they may have different audiences in different stores, they are still under the same umbrella. Let's just keep it real. Where we are real quick, it says, by category, footwear continued to perform strongly with revenue growth of 15.2% to 6.82 billion pounds in 2025. As for apparel, the revenue in the category grew 4.2% to 3.5 billion pounds, while accessories and revenue grew by 4.8% to 702 million pounds. So keep in mind, this is a European-based company, so obviously you're going to see this numbers have to be converted slightly. Either way, still a lot of bread, if you ask me, right? Okay. It says, according to the JD, footwear makes up 60% of the sales, while apparel accounts from 31% and accessories at 6%. Other categories accounts for 3% and includes outdoor living equipment and gym memberships. It says, by region revenue, the UK declined 4.1% to 3.21 billion pounds, while Europe revenues increased 9.5% to 3.51 billion pounds. North America revenue increased 27% to 4.24 billion, and Asia Pacific revenue increased 0.4% to 501 million pounds. The company noted that North America generates 37%. I don't know why I said 300, but 37% of the total revenue, while Europe accounts for 31%, the UK accounts for 28%, and Asia Pacific makes up 4%. So they're telling you like which are their strongest regions. So obviously North America generates 37% of their total net revenue. So, total revenue. So that's obviously, we still feeding them, right? And if you think about it, in Europe, that's 31%. Even though it's a Europe-based company, to the best of my knowledge, majority of the sales, even if it's only by a little bit, still is in North America, which is, pretty much where majority of us are, but not all, right? Then the UK accounts for 28%. Because you think about it, okay, so it's a UK-based company. So Europe, 31%, but the UK is only 28%. Not saying that's definitely not a bad thing. And then the 4%, so yeah, us North American generates a lot of the bread. It says in the news, JD Sports flagship store in Vegas. So this is what they got right here. One thing I'll say about Vegas Strip, they have some of the biggest marketing when you touch down, dog, and right down from their hotels to the Strip. But I've said this from time to time again, the Strip is like the touristy stuff. I've talked to Dunks and I've talked to other locals over there, not to pick on people or make any bad suggestions, because it's not a bad thing, but the stuff that you see on the Strip, from what I got it from Dunks and the person that lived there, that grew up there, they were like, yo, honestly, we don't even really hang out on the Strip at all. We hang out around the Strip, straight out, right outside the Strip, because reality is things are just cheaper. When you go to the Strip, you can get that same, case in point, we'll say this. Whatever you get outside the Strip, from what I got from it, it's one price. You go to the Strip, they taxing just because they know you're a tourist and you're most likely not from here. You know what I mean? So, again, I know a lot of people do work in a lot of these hotels. In fact, I think one of the people work for one of the hotels, if I'm not mistaken. So, a lot of things go over in Vegas, man. And again, one of the major things that happen over in Vegas is the fights. And I'm a major fan of boxing, ironically. So let's transition on to the next topic real quick. We'll talk Nike quarter earnings. Pretty much all eyes are on Nike at this point for the earnings, as you can see with the new CEO Elliott Hill. Will they bring things back to where they once be? And I feel like they're on the right track. It says ahead of the earnings, some analysts say Nike needs more time to turn around, and the expectation it will happen. It just needs a question of when. This is from June 18th. Again, my thing is this. While the other companies may be making noise and making numbers, they're still not on the level of Nike. Nike's already been there. Nike is one of those companies where they were already up, so they had to come back down. But reality is, compared to the other companies, they ain't had nowhere to go but up. Nike already been up there, and they're going to get back up there again. You know what I mean? It's not just a mallet of the word innovation that gets thrown around loosely, right? It's a fact of a matter of like, yo, Nike's got to sell us and stuff again. And this goes through probably time and time again where I remember where I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out on copping sneakers. Now I'm all the way in, but then sometimes, you got to take a break. Like this month, I may take a whole break. You know what I mean? Just food for thought too. Nike Incorporated turnaround might take a bit longer than originally thought it. Needham and company analyst Tom Nick is a long-term bull of Nike following changes in the company's leadership and strategy. He remains confident that the moves were reverse Nike's flagging bottom line, but he also said in a note that the challenges remain over the near term. Nike still faces headwinds from the rationalizing owner-supplied product franchises Jordan and Dunk. Pretty much they're saying like, Nike is his own brand, but a lot of their bread probably come in from Jordan brand, right? Okay, that's Michael Jordan, but Jordan brand them obviously brings in a lot of stuff, and then people still are copping Dunks, whether you want to say SB Dunks or just Dunks in general. But at the same time, the head honcho always gonna eat. If you compare it to like record labels, right? Universal Music Group is over a lot of these smaller labels. And let me clarify this. Those smaller labels are making probably big bank. But imagine what the Universal Music Group is getting, right? Okay. Just kind of keep that in, bring it back to this is like, yo, Jordan brand them bringing in the sales, cool. The Dunks bringing in the sales, but Nike still, we still housing everything. We still over it. So you got to keep that in mind too. Where we at real quick? Where we at? Where did I read this? Let's see. Nike still faces headwinds from rationalizing oversupplied products, franchises, Jordan and Dunk. Brand heat still appears to be lukewarm, and they now have tariffs to contend with as well as rights. But see, I thought the answer to the tariffs was them pretty much saying like, okay, cool, we're going to raise the prices a little bit, which us as the consumer, I'm going to say this, I'm not happy. But at the same time, do we blame Nike or do we blame the economy or do we blame the new administration? You know what I mean? Granted, from somebody from the outside looking in, they're saying like, well, Nike was already a billion-dollar company. They got it, which they do. But ain't no telling what it takes to keep the doors open over there at this point. You know what I mean? Because they've been open at it for so long and probably made investments. They got a lot of investors, all that you got to take an accountability for. And there's somebody at the top that's obviously paying attention to that, He also noted that many product launches of the scarce sneaker models, such as the retro Jordans and Dunks, are selling slowly, resulting in discounts on secondary market websites to include StockX, GOAT. Nick pointed out that when Nike is on top of his game, these sell trades at resale premiums. This is my thing too. I'm glad they brought this up, right? And I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to say it again. If Nike, the head honcho, where a majority of us want their products, right, as sneakerheads, if Nike stuff is sitting, what is happening to these resellers, right? If you think about it, on Saturday, I covered a resale, which obviously homie's not in there no more. But at the end of the day, I've always said this, right? If their main product is pushing resale and majority of their sales are Nike, or even if it's not at this point, say like it's something else now. But at the same time, Nike still, the numbers don't hit the same compare. There are some resales on some shoes where it's just out there no matter what the brand. But overall, it's like still a lot of people still pulling up for the J's. So if people can just get them from Nike and they're sitting, what do you think's happened to these resale shops? You know what I'm saying? That's why I never understood, and I'm not saying, maybe I just misunderstood and I could be wrong, but I never understood where resale was like a lucrative business. Do I resell shoes? Yes, but not on a level of like as a business. Y'all know me. If I get the new updated joint, I sell the old joint. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, I don't even think I make profit for real because like my shoes usually go for under retail. So if my stuff going under for retail, are their stuff gonna go for under retail? And if so, I thought, and I could be wrong, I thought that resale shops get their stuff, sometimes they have to pay extra. So if they gotta pay extra, they gotta charge you extra. Keep in mind they still have to pay employees. Most likely they don't own the building. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't own the building, you gotta pay rent. You know what I'm saying? Most likely the rent. It may or may not include the lights and the water. You know what I mean? All that you gotta take into account for. Again, no particular like resale company I'm talking about. I'm just saying in general. Like I've seen a lot of resale businesses fail. No pun intended. It says he also noted that many product launches scares. We read that part. Nick pointed out that there were that when Nike was on top of the game, the styles were resell at premiums. Yeah, but what's really reselling right now, like on a major level, other than the super hype shit that you could never get to begin with? Now it's a different ball game where a little bit of footwork you can get it. You know what I'm saying? My last resale cop was probably with the Diamond Turf joints, but even still, homie, at best after shipping them and or like, yeah, homie couldn't have made no more than like 10 or 15 bucks when it's all said and done because there's shipping fees, this and a third. You know what I'm saying? Like, and eBay's gonna take their cut. To me, I'm not saying he didn't make profit, but it didn't quit your day job money to me. Even if you're selling like tons of product, you know? As further evidence of Nike's lack of brand and heat in the moment, we've also seen a consistent year-over-year declines in online searches trends for the brand, as well as a persistent double-digit decline in a credit card transactions in the US DTC, which is direct consumer channel, he said. But at the same time, that's something Nike then was trying to do to push out Foot Locker or, you know, I guess you could say like they were saying we don't need these guys. And what they probably ultimately realized, which the new CEO in the spot is basically saying like, okay, cool. While it would have been great if we would have had all these stores to begin with, but we don't. To get the storefronts up, it costs moolah, you know, versus just keeping things the way they kind of are. You know what I mean? Again, not saying Nike ain't got it, but it definitely would take more time consuming. And that brings me back to the current administration too, where, you know, not to talk politics, where they were like, okay, cool, well, if people don't want to pay tariffs, open your stores up here, produce it here, and get it done there. Again, easier said than done, and it's not a quick process. And it could take, like, let's say even the most fastest proficient person, like, okay, cool, I'm going to do what the new administration says. And I got the money to do it. I'm not worried about going in the hole. I'll get it back for sure once I get over here. And that's my thing. Nike them got it. But at the same time, do you really want to go in the hole if you don't got to? You know? Very, very interesting situation with this. And to again, like, even if they do it their most fastest for like the manufacturing of what, year best, that still put them a year behind. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just to them, it may like they already got a process. They don't want to, if it ain't broke, they don't want to fix it. It says the analyst also sees gross margin headwinds in the year ahead, notably due to tariff rates and possibly even channel mix, with the wholesale possibly outgoing the direct to consumer and the brand perhaps giving a more favorable term to wholesale partners. The good news is that Nick believes that the worst may nearly be over. The biggest catalyst change in Nike's veteran Elliott Hill becoming the CEO. We also believe that the management is clear-headed about the mistakes they've made and are working aggressively to correct them, he concluded. Tesla Advertising Group, which is TAG, Christina Fernandez, said the athletic brand seems several quarters away from reaching the stabilization in the business, but is making the right moves by cleaning up inventory, rebalancing the product portfolio by increasing newness and reducing the focus on classic franchises and strengthening relationships with wholesale partners. So remember, they went away with that. And remember, at one point, Amazon couldn't sell their product. Now they got Amazon back on there, so you got to take that all in there with a grain of salt as well, man. I'm going to push through this article, then we're going to talk upcoming sneaker releases to wrap this live up because we're coming up on that hour mark. So appreciate everybody for coming through. Smash that like button. It says company is set to report the fourth quarter earnings next Thursday after the market close. Key areas of focus for the earnings conference call will be what progress Nike made on the product innovations, such as what's in the pipeline and the reception to the new launches. Also to be discussed in the timing of the Nike Skims launch that was originally slated for spring 2025, which is expected to drive sales growth. Fernandez said another area of interest is inventory reduction in connection with the old inventory and status right-sizing key lifestyle franchise. So they're going to do the Skims, which I believe that's Kim Kardashian's brand. So to be honest, no matter how you slice it and dice it, that's going to be a win for Nike if she can just stay in the positive light in the media, right? It says the tag analyst said an expectation on the low of just completing fourth quarter mostly due to the ongoing inventory clearance activity and part to unfavored shipment timing in North America. In addition, gross margins were expected to be impacted from tariffs. Currently, the additional 10% from the radical tariffs for global countries, particularly in Vietnam and Indonesia, with the exception of China, where the tariffs are temporarily higher at 30%. But again, from what we got from that, what I'm getting from this, Trump and China is supposed to be working on a deal, right? Okay. Let me push through this. Says, as Bank of America securities analyst Lorraine Hitchens is expecting a fourth quarter earnings per share of 12% in line with the Wall Street's consensus expectation versus EPS of 99 cents a year ago. We think the quarter four with peak sales and margins per as Nike brought back and cleared excess inventory without sufficiently innovation to offset, Hutchins wrote in a note. She noted that the fall 2025 other books and modestly down due to declines in the classic footwear franchises, but the meetings with CEO Hill reaffirmed that the point of the wholesale partners are expected about spring and 2026 innovation. The analyst said that while the wholesale environment continues to evolve, Nike is well positioned to offset some of the claims headwinds, and the brand leans into the newer relationships and looks to recapture lost shelf space on other brands from the channel, right? Okay, so Nike them letting you know they're looking to make a comeback, but they look like they could just use a little bit more time. Says Academy Sports and Outdoors is one of the retailers where Nike is expanding its partnership, which I didn't know that one. Nike Jordan brand was rolled out of 145 stores online in April, showcasing both apparel and footwear across men's and women's and kids. The retailer's Chief Merchandising Officer Mac McCabe said that this month that the chain of the first time cross merchandise apparel, footwear, and accessories together by Ginger into brand's shop concept. He also said that the initial reaction of the customers has been strong and the brand is tackling ahead of the initial sales plans. The current plan is to launch the Jordan in all Academy stores this summer, which again, they're trying to get directly to the customer as much as possible, what I'm getting from it, and I'm all here for it too. Nike has raised prices on select products by $5 to $10 on average, but also noted that Jordan brand and Nike kids apparel and footwear won't see any increases. We've doubled that too as far as that whole tariff situation. So Nike them are trying to make it where we shouldn't notice too much, but more access to their product is what I'm getting from it, right? It says, we think it was smart to leave the kids and footwear prices less than $100 unchanged and think Nike will benefit from the scale and wide pricing agriculture of its consumer-based stretch, Hutchins said. Also in the product lines, Nike will be releasing the fall of a new lifestyle sneaker, the Australia Ultra, exclusively for women. The brand is also bringing back its first foam-posite sneaker, the Nike Air Foam-Posite, in a sales style, and is slated to hit the sales floor later this month. So I have covered that as well. I think that's already dropped. So we'll see how it goes for Nike, man. So pretty much that covers this article right here from June 18th. And let's just talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases. Then we're going to wrap things up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. So again, I think we have the Jordan 1 Shattered backboards coming back in July. Now I'm hearing the quality on these are not the same as the 2015 pair, but we shall see. I will most likely be going for these, and I'll see how they are, do a comparison, and make my best decision from there. But we do have the Shattered backboards coming in July. I seen the my year reveals like their Air Max 95 and Air Force One collab right here. I will say this one is better than the previous one, but on that Air Max 95, I gotta admit, I hate that they have my year written on the toe. I feel like the shoe would look better without that in cursive writing. Now the Forces, I don't hate. I'm a sucker for Air Force Ones, and they're very versatile. I might just cop the Forces. I know the raffles and stuff like that is open, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, I could go for them there, but at the same time, you know, I don't know. I feel like you should be able to pick them up from retail. I may go for the Forces, though. I actually like the Forces. I feel like it'll be a great summer shoe, depending on what the price is, of course. But yeah, and if I play this joint right here, I want to make sure I play it on mute because I do want to play with this. I haven't really seen the ad. Let me see if I can play this real quick without getting like a copyright strike or anything. So I'm going to see if I can play this. Yeah, it's on mute. Thank Bob, right? Okay, so I don't have to put the audio on here. So again, y'all kind of watch it on mute right here. But as you can see, this is the ad that My Year has put out. And we will see how it goes, man. I actually like this. They always do a great presentation whenever they drop their product. Not just for like the visuals of the sneaker, but just the advertisement. Because I mean, like, think about it. YouTube and or social media is the new like commercial now, right? Okay. So I'm leaning more towards the Forces for sure. But it looks like it's giving that vibe of like on the hood real quick. You know what I'm saying? So definitely you guys should check this out as well. So we got the My Years that's supposed to be slotted here. And then, yeah, man, I think we got Air Force One Mamba, Nike Air Force One Kobe inspired. Obviously, it's got that, like, pretty much snake skin on the joint. So we'll see how these do right here. Other than that, man, let me put myself back on the main screen. I was going to do the best sneaker releases of 2025 so far, but I may save that till Saturday because I do have that tab. So just remind the kid, but let me put myself back on the main screen and wrap things up here. I've been on the joint for like an hour and 1 minute, man. Definitely a great one. Main topics that we covered here was Hibbett Sports dedicated a back to school, like pretty much, I guess, update to their current like kids focus app. So we're going to see how that does as well. JD Sports, pretty much we covered that tonight as well. It says that we covered this. JD Sports lands on Las Vegas Strip as the UK retailer doubles down on the North America. So we'll see how they do as they bring a storefront there. Again, I've said it's all about sometimes presentation, and some people just like to shop in person. And then, of course, we talk Nike's upcoming like Q4 earnings, right? Okay, so other than that, man, let's go and wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love, being active in the chat. It really means a lot to the kid. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up, or of course we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. I'll see you guys again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash that like button, sub up, sign up for the Sold Out Discord. And yeah, most definitely more content on the way as usual. And yeah, man, I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember.